get set up, what we're going to do is kind of get all of our wood out on a table where we can see it. The main idea here is that we want to get a good assortment going. We're going to try to assort, sizes, colors, etc., etc. So if you look over here, here's our messy pile. I mean, some people, you want to be a little more organized than this, but we've got our different colors laid out so we can grab those easily, and then we've got our naturals over here. And then as I go, I'm just going to grab different sizes and try to assort it as we go. The idea being is that you don't want a lot of the same colors in the same spots. You don't want seams to line up. You just want to get a variety going. It's actually a lot harder to make it random than you would think. But once you get going, you get the hang of it. All right, so to start off, we're going to start in the bottom left corner of the wall. Brett's going to start nailing these up. The way that he's going to nail it is, why don't you demonstrate for him? We're going to put the, if you look at this, there's an overhang and an underhang. This is kind of like a shiplap board. And we're going to put the overhang down against the floor, all right? And then what Brett will do is he's going to nail it probably every 4 to 8 inches, going at a downward angle. Bits. The only part you have to cut are right there at the end of the wall, the right side. And so when he gets there, he measures it, and then he can start the next row, and I'll go cut off that piece. 4.5 inches. We're just going to mark it where the edges are. This is a really crappy job, but it'll be covered up. At this point, about a third of the way up the wall, or a dozen or so rows. You want to check the levelness. Make sure that you're not sloping down one way or the other, or even if your middle part's coming up. And what you can do is you can compensate by adjusting the gap in between, the boards. Okay, so what we're doing is we're increasing the gap as we go along the wall to compensate for that unlevelness. So you'll see there's a little bit more of a gap here, but that'll correct, being it's less over here. So that's just to correct. And maybe the wall wasn't, or the floor wasn't straight, who knows. What are we at?
14 and 9/16.
Okay. pretty close to the ceilings. I don't know if you know this, but ceilings aren't straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure the distance from the ceiling to our current row, and then what we'll try to do is compensate so we don't end up having to cut any of the slanty pieces up at the top. Is that the technical term, Brett?
Slanty pieces.
Yeah. Rolling, 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 keep them going. There, this room has good acoustics. We measured the distance from the last row to the ceiling. We're going to cut some strips that'll fit within there. They vary a little bit, so we'll just kind of cut them as we go.